left. So someone had given the money for her to get the bus tickets. By the time she got to Illinois, she had like single digits left in her account because all of the money was used pretty much for the bus ticket. Um, the person had gotten her a hotel room for her and the kids. She ended up not needing it for all the nights. They were reimbursed. She was trying to get out as quickly as she could. So when she arrived in Illinois, she had less than $20. The vehicle was exchanged for food money. She needed to have food for her and the kids. She had $50 when she left. That was it. That was it. But
You know, I do want to say something to, like, the chat. Like, so everybody keeps wanting to, Nikki did this, and then I had to correct somebody to leave moon pie out of it because they turned on her, and then because somebody doesn't want her to do something, she's turned on SP. If you guys, I'm going to be creating a video soon, but if you go way back, for maybe 3 or 4 years ago, even every year, this is the same pattern. If you do something that she doesn't want you to do, then you've turned on her and you're the bad guy. And that, why she's not taking accountability for her own actions. It's always somebody else. Boo-hoo me. They've left me. I don't know whatever I shall do. Like, so come on. There comes a point in time where somebody is going to have to take accountability for her own actions as to why people are leaving her. Period. And I will make that video if you want to watch for it. Great, that's fine. I've already had to fight my account 4 times today. I didn't announce too much that we were going to be going live, and I got hit pretty hard with my account. So, and that's fine, but I have backups that I've been creating, and I'll post them as where to go look for the videos. But it shows a pattern, and it's going to be every time she's talked about a person as they've left me. I don't know why they left me. I've done nothing to them. So it's going to show a pattern every year. And every single year, she blames everybody and tries to get everybody to turn against them.
And then she takes credit for making everyone. I made them because I went into there. You know that when Mackenzie and I started going live, every single live, they would spam my chat because she wanted a box. I received a message from SP shortly after my because they were muted. They were spamming my chat. Homie had the same conversation in his live last night about people spamming the chat, wanting boxes. Or SP's people, KK's even. I got messages of KK saying so and so is spamming them, spamming the chat, wanting a box. Just block them. That's annoying.
And since you were bringing up Homie, he says always do your research on every person. He put me up in a box as being a supporter of somebody that was begging and was a racy. I'm going to just say racy. If you can probably guess what that means. And I jumped in his box, had no problem with it. And to defend myself, that was not what I was doing. The person was talking about SP. She didn't need any more. And I've seen the same thing to someone that just left them. But when they did that, I jumped in the box. And before I could talking about SP, and he stated we weren't talking about SP, we were talking about so-and-so, I stated, okay, well, your chat's talking about SP. So if you do your research, and that's as far as I got, and KK knocked me out of the box and blocked me. So I went to my backup, which it's only got like 500 followers, and try to see, why'd you block me? You know, you wouldn't let me finish. And the only thing she could come back was that I lied about how many backup accounts I had. Well, I had to get them back because my phone totally wiped out all of my backups. I've just slowly started getting them all back. So, because I didn't save my passwords because I was ding ding dong. But that had nothing to do with it. The fact is that they were trying to place me into a category and wouldn't let me finish. Homie has not done his research on SP search, then he is supporting her activities. Plain and simple.
If homie's listening, I would just suggest to him to go to your page, Mama Hook, because you have a video posted on your page you recently posted showing SP doing every single thing that he said last night he does not condone.
Oh, that's the one where she goes real life, right?
Yes,
That's where she goes real life and
unboxing people.
all of the other things that she's done. Like, I think you also, yeah, where she going real life and she says call CPS on this one, call animal control on him, on what was it? It's not animal control, it's game warden. Call the game warden. And I just want to just also say that y'all guys know that I was one of SP's mods. And when I left, they totally blocked me out of the community and called me out, which was false information. And that's what she does. And she went on there and she was boohoo crying that, I hurt her feelings. That's a pattern. And if you look in the recent months, it's just been a few months, maybe 6 months. She's lost how many people has she's gone after that's left her community? And she's all said they were beggars and scammers. They're automatically beggars and scammers because they don't see her way. And I guarantee you, we won't be the last.
There's always someone. Always someone.
And she
Yes.
also came after me. I left around the same time as Bridge Queen. And we gotta get Liza Tamari back up here. But at any rate, so when I left, she still to this day says she doesn't understand why. And I have stated it in the last couple of lives as to why I left. And I'll get into that part in a little bit because I'm going to have to throw it up in the green screen on my end for people to see. And it boiled down to I caught her in a lie with her daughter's accident. And she lied to the entire community, and that's just something that you don't do. She said, somebody said something in the live that she was in, and it might have been homie or maybe a live that she was in, I don't remember, but people using tragedies to make people feel sorry for them. She's done this several different times. I have a video of her crying over her, and these are in there, and it's terrible, don't get me wrong. Where her nephew almost drowned. Then she had another incident where she had a niece that passed away, and there was a few more incidences in there. And I understand telling your community and all, but then she just says there, oh, thank you for the big gift, whatever she got. A certain person leaving her the other night. I don't know if it was the night before last. They were putting her into the ranks to make her feel better. Now, who does that? Come on now. We're going to push you into
manipulating. That's manipulating people, and master. She's a master manipulator, very much so.
And that shows
the proof of her doing that.
That also shows.
Go to Mama's.
Yeah, that shows people that she uses the emotion.
Her video. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
It's okay. I interrupt people. I can't help it. But, and I don't try to be mean about it. I'm not trying to interrupt you, but she was using that the other night for the rapes as a manipulation because she was so sad and she had to feel like she was being loved. That's the same thing that she says these other scammers and things do. If you listen to her words, she says exactly what they say, just in a different way. She'll say, oh, I just don't know what I did. It's just a terrible thing, blah, blah, blah. And isn't that what the scammers do? They go in there, they boo-hoo, they cry to get you to send them things. They use manipulation by emotions.
Yes. And when she was dry begging, reaching out to everyone well, dry begging, that she was going to have to sell her wedding rings. Told everyone that she was going to have to sell her wedding rings. And so what happened? Everybody went together and they collected money for her. She doesn't have wedding rings because she's not married.
And that was raised in the Discord, just as she shamed everybody for Nikki and Mackenzie for having their stuff in the Discord.
Right. Right. Yeah. And what happened with the Discord was Chris had not sent Layla her laptop. And Nikki was adamant. I'd only gone into Discord about 5 times. I don't use Discord. But basically, one of the Chris had not sent the laptop to Layla. Um, and there was someone in the Discord, someone else has the screenshots of all of that. I don't. But I've seen them that reached out and said that, I'd like to help out and get Layla a laptop. So there were a handful of people who donated. The only amount of money that was donated to her through the Discord was around $110, and that was all. And if SP has receipts that show $2,000, well, then show them, because I ain't seen shit.
And she said the same. I was unfortunately displaced back in October of last year. My family was put into a hotel. We lived there for almost 3 months. It was a horrible experience. I never want to do that again. Live in. That she raised all this money for us to get into where we are, which was absolutely not true. I had one person and one person only within the community that I reached out to tell them what was going on. We lost our entire house. I mean, our entire house. And yeah, we lost all of our furniture. We left with basically our clothes on our back. My autistic daughter, who's 27 years old, lost everything. And we go through daily meltdowns over this. But it's okay for her to say that she did all this stuff for us. Her mod, KK, was the one that sent me the $60 that helped us get gas and food for the night. The rest of the time, we dug our own selves out. I had used resources on my own to get where we needed to be. And then the rest of the time, we had to pay for the hotel, which is not cheap. We had to have 2 rooms because, we have myself, my husband, and 3 other people. Plus our animals. We had to sell our rabbits because we had to leave them in the car. It was not fun. We had to put them somewhere else. Then our truck broke down that 2 days later and it wasn't fixable. So we were down to 1 car, 45 minutes away from my little girl's school. It was horrendous. And we got into this house by the grace of God that my husband found this man. We came and looked at it, and he let us move in with let me remind you this, no money down. We didn't pay anything to get in here. He let us basically come in, no money down, and we didn't have to pay for almost a whole month because we didn't have the funds because we were trying to recover from it. But she claims that she raised all this money to get us in here. And that's false. If she did raise money, I don't have it. Which, if there was money and anybody ever donated to anything like that, I want you to know I never received it. I showed proof. And that means somebody else pocketed it.
Wow. Did she
So
ever show any screenshots of any donations, or did she only talk about the donations that she received?
she only talked about it. I've even told her in the last 2 lives that we held, show your receipts. Matter of fact, when she was asking, well, she wasn't asking for money particularly. I mean, she did dry beg a couple of times, and the community about her, getting her grandkids gifts and this and that and the other. Well, her daughter was laid up in the hospital, which we'll get to that in a minute. Where's the receipts for that? Where's the receipts for the 2 hotels that people raised money and gave to you to get into these hotels to go see your daughter while she was in intensive care? There are no receipts. She always says she's going to show receipts, and she has not shown one. Not one. I showed.
It doesn't surprise me.
I
See, that's the other thing that she does. She takes advantage of people who are vulnerable, uses their story, just like JDS. They didn't even know that it's on my page. I posted a video. JDS and she met on YouTube. They both had YouTube channels, and JDS didn't have a YouTube at all. But SP was using her TikTok to raise money for JDS, saying that she was a DV victim and she was trying to help her to get away from her abusive husband. Well, JDS had no idea this was going on TikTok because she didn't even have TikTok until her started reaching out to her and asking her if there was, anything that they could do to help. And she's like, well, what are you talking about? So she realized what was happening. She reached out to SP, and the whole YouTube community was very disappointed and upset and wanted their money back. There were thousands of dollars that were donated to SP. JDS did not get a penny of it. And I don't know. Did anybody ever get their money back? I know that she left YouTube. She left YouTube and just full-time TikTok. She was shunned from the
wasn't that
community.
around the same time that she claimed that her husband's truck windows were bashed out, and they were never bashed out. I have the clip of that.
Yeah,
which I can play here in a few minutes.
nobody got their money
Go ahead.
back.
And who
From
was
that.
the Ernie that she was discussing in that YouTube video? When
Wait,
she was
wasn't
towing
that
the
the,
truck? Because
neighbor's
her
truck?
ex-husband that passed away, his name was Ernest. So was
No,
that
Liza Tamari, she said it was her truck. It was her windows.
Yeah, it was. It
But it
wasn't
was actually her
truck, though.
boyfriend's.
Yeah,
Okay,
the
because I read it
vehicle
was her
registered
neighbor's.
to her. It's registered to Robert.
Okay.
So I just want. Could I just talk for a second?
Oh, please.
I want to address something in the comments. I think the person was blocked, but they were saying something about didn't I take $40 or something like that. I didn't take no money from SP or anybody over there. She actually took $40 from me, and that's what ended our friendship, was over $40 because she tried to scam me and make me look like a bad guy because I didn't donate the money instantly to her. She tried telling the entire mod chat that she had that I was out spending the money that I had gotten in gifts with my daughter and trying to scam the charity, her fake little DV charity that she has. So when I first started TikTok, me and her, I followed her for a while because she was covering Trey and Jess, and that's the whole reason why I kind of started my TikTok, was because I knew they were scammers and I had a kind of a hate against them. And she was doing what she's doing to Chris right now and doing what she did to Mufasa and everybody else. She was covering them the same exact way. So we started to become close. She encouraged me to go live. I started going live. Just like kind of like me, how she is with Mexican Homie right now. That's exactly how me and her were. We used to go live together every night. She would go live first, then I would go live, and she would hop in my box. Literally, can you show us receipts about this? I don't know if you're talking about what I'm talking about, but yeah, I have receipts of my situation on my videos. I actually have the whole exact text messages between me and SP posted on my page. But anyways, so yeah, we were friends. I introduced her to my family. My daughter loved her. And this whole time, I kind of knew her past because I did research on her. Because there is a lot of research. If you do your research, you can see that, I mean, there's so much about this woman on TikTok, on YouTube, on Reddit. It's all there. I mean, I doubt all these people are lying. But
Right.
anyway.
Can you share with them where they could find this information so they can do their own research?
and
Crafting.
yeah, and on YouTube, it's Crafting Through the Lies. You could that used to be her YouTube channel, but now it's something else. But and on Reddit, it's Tamari's Lies Stop Here. And there's a lot of actually the video on Reddit. The video of the night that me and her had our blowout is on there. Um, yeah, but if anybody else knows more pages, I forget. I know of them, but
I'm
Liza
getting ready to post
Tamari,
all of the
Rose Book.
pages because I came across 2 more today.
yeah. So we had a good friendship, and so one night. All right, and let me just say this. So people would always tell me, watch out for her. As soon as she starts seeing you getting gifts and starting to get big, she's gonna turn on you. She's gonna backstab you. She's gonna start telling your gifters that you're doing this and that and this and that. And I just kind of shrugged it off all the time. I was just like, whatever. I'm like, I have to find out for myself, like she's never did me dirty. I stuck up for her, and I like the same thing. I was like, oh, like, what if these people are lying, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, sorry. Um, so, anyways, one night we were both of us were getting hammered with gifts. We really were.
Every
Uh,
day. Kara.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Kara was asking if she still goes live, and I said every day.
Oh, okay. Um, so we were battling each other, and people were hitting us up with a bunch of gifts, and I basically because I was like shocked. I never had nothing like that happen to me. I never got gifts like that, and I was like, you know what? Next person, I mean, the next battle, whatever I get in gifts, I'll donate to a DV charity. And she had taken that as I was going to donate it to her DV charity. So the next day she goes, "Oh, did you send that money over? Because Nancy Morley, who was one of her mods, said whatever I had donated, they would match my donation and make a donation also." Well, I guess a bunch of people, like 8 or 9 people, were like, whatever G Unit donates, I'll donate as well. So she ended up getting like 9 people donated $40. Another person donated 100. Another person donated 75. Like she got like $800 in donations. And she's like, oh, she messaged me and she goes, oh, I'm just wondering if you sent over that 40 yet. She goes, because I got like 8 or 9 different amounts for 40, and I don't know your Cash App. I don't know which one's yours. And I was like, oh, I'm like, no, I didn't send it over yet. I'm like, I have $20 on my Cash App right now. I'll send you the 20, and then I'll send over the other 20 when I cash out the amount. So she made it seem like I was trying to not pay her the money or whatever. And I said, SP, in the first place, I didn't say I was sending the money to your DV charity. I said I would make it a donation to a charity. But since you already had all these other people sending you all this money and everything, I'm not going to make a big thing of it. I'll send you the money, into the other 20s, which was the 40. And she goes in her mod chat, and one of her mods, Sarah, instantly comments on one of my videos, oh, you're scamming just like Trey did, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm not scamming. What are you talking about? I'm like, I sent SP the money. She's like, no, you fucking didn't. So excuse my language. No, you didn't. SP said you're trying to get out of sending the money. So like, then I messaged SP and I started freaking out. I'm like, what are you talking? What are you telling people? I'm like, why are you doing this to me? And she's like, I never said that. No, I never brought it up to anybody. Like literally was lying and lying. So we just started going back and forth. And then she started saying all this information about my wife, and my wife can go F herself. And it was just crazy. So I went live that night, to tell everybody about the situation. $15 for an Uber ride to get away from a DV situation, and she told that person no, she couldn't do it. Or I don't know, $50. I don't remember the exact reasons, but it was literally simple things. And she had said no to every single person. Not one person came forward and said that she helped them. Not one person. You know, when I was in a DV situation and I asked her for help because I knew or I thought she was a DV for DV awareness and whatnot, she wouldn't help me, you know? So I don't know, a bunch came out, and the weeks following our blowout, she came after me hard. I didn't like talk about her or anything unless she talked about me. My wife, who has absolutely nothing to do with TikTok, never been on TikTok. My wife works for the police department. She doesn't mess around or anything with social media really or anything. She does have a Facebook. She tried calling my wife's work, saying that my wife looked her up on her work computer, saying all these lies. And you know why she did that is because from the beginning I had told her I work for myself. I'm not scared of anybody knowing who I am or what I do. I can handle myself. Job. And because I said that to her, she knew she couldn't do nothing to hurt me. So she went after my family. She went after my wife, and my kids.
Yep.
She had my kids on her green screen. My kids.
That is
Innocent
horrific.
kids. Like,
Or
who does
is this
that?
the same one with that Nikolaya person? Was that involved in then?
No.
Because I have a video on a page called Nikolaya 777 on YouTube,
He always
where
does lies.
they,
Just like
yes,
she's doing
she
with
does.
Mole, posting his picture and trying to ruin his marriage. His wife and him, his wife is very aware of what he's done. I've communicated with his wife. She knows exactly what he did. He had a job and he did it. And SP got pissed off because she wanted to pad her pockets with Nikki's DV donations, and it didn't happen. So what she do? She turns around and she just wants to try and discredit everybody. But where's her proof? Where's the proof of the $2,000? Nikki had $50 on her.
If
She
you
donated
really
her car so
listen
they could
to
eat.
what, sorry, Truth, if you really listen to what SP does in her lives, she really doesn't show proof. I have been watching her lives. I've been restreaming her lives. I have not seen a slip of paper. I have not seen screenshots. She's posted nothing. There's also, it waggles it around so fast you can't see it.
Right. Right.
So she just makes up her own narrative to plant the seed, no proof.
Word, exactly.
She just goes to the video. She goes to the video, she plays it, she pushes pause. Now, what do you think about this? Now, why would this person say this about this one? That's not proof. That's just her planting the seed into making you believe what she says. And then you think, oh, yeah, that's the receipt because she said it with the video.
Right.
Watch them and
It's
listen to what
manipulation.
she says because she's manipulating you guys into. I'm not taking up for any of the scammers. Let me put that out there right now. I'm not putting up with. I'm not boasting about them. I'm not taking their side or anything like that. But you need to listen to her words. Have the conversations. I posted my stuff, the screenshots that I've had of the conversations that I've had with SP, the conversations I've had with KK. I have screenshots of different things that they have talked about, and I've posted those. No one believed them because she has a way with words, but it's solid proof, and no one believes it. The whole hug test was her own words in her own video with her picture right there of her in person saying that she didn't pass the hug test. And that was in January, but no one believes it because why? Oh, it's a false positive. Well, if that was a false positive, then why did everything else test negative? Just saying.
Yep. Oh, and the video that she made, because she was asking her
Yeah,
mom.
she had to send the other pictures. She says, don't put it above me that I won't send some old pictures.
And how in the hell does anybody have an MAT doctor virtually? Like, that doesn't make sense. I spent 3 hours on the 3 hours on the phone the other day conversing with a public defender regarding a different case that I'm working on. And I asked him that, and he said he has never seen that ever, ever. Can anybody in the comments tell me if you know that, if anyone can see a doctor virtually and do their hug test at home and send their doctor a photo of it?
Um,
I mean, they
I'm
can have
on.
their dog pee on it.
I'm on. Yeah, I'm on Map myself. And during COVID, once a month, I could do like a virtual visit, but I not to take the drug test. I had to still go in at least once a month to have the drug test done.
Oh, Jean, I have a question because she said that all she has to do is just send in the pictures of the drug test or the hug test, I'm sorry, to her doctor. Would they really allow her to just send those to her doctor?
I highly doubt it. I mean, every state is different, but I highly doubt it. I mean, anybody could fool that. I mean, I've never personally heard it. It could be possible, but not now. Like, they were only doing this stuff during COVID because of COVID. COVID's
Yeah.
over. I mean,
Right.
yes, COVID's still here, but as far as federally, COVID's over.
I
I
just
do
find it
mine on
interesting.
videos for 2 years. You do your drug test on videos for 2 years? That is insane.
You know, I'm also looking into why she doesn't exist at the address that she's living at. Most people receive mail at their address, not a PO box that's a couple hours away.
And registered to her brother.
Yeah, like why does she not want to be seen at that address? Because, you know, when I looked her up, she doesn't exist at that address. I had to use another means to locate.
She has a PO box.
Yeah.
But that's not
And it
her
was
PO
confirmed that
box.
she hasn't received any mail there. She has not received any mail there, is what I was told.
I see some people in the comments saying misinformation, look up your stuff about the hug test. Like I said, I don't know if they can. That's the reason why I asked G Unit what he knew, because I know nothing of it because I was never an addict. And so I've never had to deal with that. So that's the reason why I'm asking questions. That's the whole point. Ask questions.
Yeah.
Talk about,
And
do
I'm only-
research, do your own.
And I'm only telling you from my experience with Matt. Like I said, it could be possible, but I don't see how because, yeah, maybe a couple of times, maybe, but that's how the Matt is run. Like, I don't care if you're on Suboxone, Subutex, freaking Sublocade, Methadone, any of them. You have to take a drug test. I don't care which one you're on because it's federally mandated. So I don't see how they can not like have all of them virtually because anybody could fool the system and not even be taking their meds and selling them.
So this, let's see. I'm a true says that my cousin is on, but I think that it would need to be somehow.
A lot of people are asking about I've seen people ask about the proof. They want to see the proof that we have.
Okay. And one other thing I want to bring up before we do that. I just did want to bring up Tara. I didn't know Tara. I'd only seen her a couple of times, but I do know that SP, there's a video with SP showing, she actually recorded a phone call and she played it in that video with Tara pleading with SP to please be her friend again and that she loved SP and she needed SP and all of that. But Tara, the research that I've done on her and speaking with people who spoke with Tara on a daily basis and who were close to her, she was bullied really, really bad. And I've seen the videos of her being bullied. And my personal opinion of when Tara reached out to SP pleading with her to be her friend, it wasn't because Tara wanted SP to be her friend. It was because Tara was in a very bad place and she was being bullied so bad. And she was afraid and she wanted safety. She was seeking safety and she wanted the bullying to stop. And she wanted it to stop so bad that she was pleading with this woman to please be her friend. The woman who was kicking her through the dirt. It was so sad. Rammer Jammer is in here. She spoke with Tara on a daily basis, and if Rammer Jammer, she shared their messages with me. They communicated a lot, and Tara was very very hurt by what was happening to her, and it was happening to her a lot, and it was vicious attacks to someone who was very very vulnerable. She couldn't fight back. All she could do was plead with SP to please be her friend so that it would stop.
And
was desperate.
she was very desperate. And one person that helped get her off the app for the most part, I mean, I know she came on a lot. Tech was working really hard for her to help her get clean. Tara never knew who she was really speaking with when I spoke with her. I had a page that got taken down with all the truth and all of my receipts. It was ISYBW truth. And she wanted to help so bad. And I told her no, she needed to concentrate on her sobriety. And her last live that she ever did, which I wish we had, to prove to everybody that she was being tortured. She was very angry in her last live. And that was like 2 weeks before she passed. Talking about that community bullying her, telling her that she shouldn't be alive.
Mm.
It was nonstop. I'm not going to name off who it was that was constantly doing that, but just shame on you. I will not ever release my conversations with Tara because Tara is not here to defend herself. And I just want to thank Tech for never giving up on her. Tech went out and bought a tree. And I'm going to do the same thing in her honor.
Yeah, I hope they don't do the
But
same
I
thing
just-
to Lisa. She's very vulnerable also. You know, exposing scammers isn't going into their lives and making fun of them and laughing at them. There's one that I came across the other day. She's been in a hotel for 3 months asking daily for hotel money. And the people in the chat were saying that, and even the host was stating that they're going to go into her live tomorrow and laugh at her. Why would you laugh at her? Why? Help her. Help the person. Laughing at her is only going to make her situation worse. Someone that is vulnerable like that, and she probably is an addict. She can't help herself with that. She needs help. So don't go into her live to laugh at her. No, do not give the money, please. Please don't give the money.
No, you can offer resources. You
Resources.
can offer them a way to get a job, help them find ways to get back on their feet. You don't
Be their
have to give these
friend.
people money.
Be their friend.
Just
Someone
be a
that,
friend like a friend
Yeah.
does. A friend, you don't necessarily have to give money to be a friend. Be a true friend. Be one of those true people that everybody talks about. Let's share the love, spread it around. Find the resources if they don't know how to find it. Find them people to help interview with a job. Show them that you do care by giving them the sources that they need.
right, God says, put the information out there and then move on to the next. Do not abuse them. That is not what anti-scam is about. And anybody who wants to call themselves anti-scam who is doing that should be ashamed of themselves. And you need to rethink what category you're placing yourself in, because that is not the anti-scam that I know.
There is a way to expose people, and one of them is not awareness, and exposing is different than what she does. She humiliates them. She posts pictures of their families. She goes real life. That's not what you're supposed to do if you're bringing awareness. Period.
It's not awareness. And some people will flock to the bully for safety, just like, poor Tara did. That was an act of desperation, and it should not have come to that.
I just have a question. Are you gonna show the videos, or I think you said you had videos?
Yeah, I have
Yeah,
them
that's what I was
on.
fixing to ask too.
I have them on my laptop, so I'm going to play them from my laptop. So I'm not that familiar with all these features on here, so I'm going to have to change the screen. Hold on, let me get the videos ready.
I was only asking because I know like a lot of people are waiting to see something,
Yeah. All right, give me just a moment. Let me get the video downloaded.
I want to address Kevin in the comments. He's saying stop using Tara, no truth. We have plenty of receipts. I have messaged her up until the day of, where she's sending me screenshots of people bullying her, SP's following.
On her behalf, but in all actuality, JDS didn't know that SP was raising money on TikTok as a DV victim. So SP's two of her children spoke out about that. And when they spoke out publicly about it, SP told everyone that those were not her daughters. And that if you see videos floating around of these two HOESs, that's what she referred to her daughters as, to block those people. So that was the first video that SP had made. And I'm not even going to play it because it's so nasty. It's on somebody's page. Liza Tamari, do you have that on your page?
I do.
Okay.
I have a
So
lot of stuff on mine.
if you go to Liza Tamari, that video is on her page. So I'm going to play the video of SP finally admitting, but just listen to like her whole demeanor regarding two of her 9 children, 9 kids. Y'all remember Chris has 7. Let me see if I can figure out how to do this. Bear with me. I don't do live much.
After you show some stuff, I can actually, if you're able to make a big box, I have my computer out and I will turn my camera on to face it towards mine.
Okay, I'm trying to flip it to the camera, but it's not working. Should I just play the sound so everybody can hear it?
That would be at least a start.
Okay. All right, so this is a video of her finally admitting.
So here we go. You want some truth? Let's give you some truth. Okay, everybody wants to with this bullshit about these girls being my daughter. Okay, they are my daughters. What are we gonna do now? Where do we go now? What are we doing now? I'm a horrible bitch. What are we doing? What are we doing now? Okay, they're my daughters. You got it. You got it. You got it. Where are we going now with it? What are we doing? What? I'm a shit person. I'm a low life parent.
It's
Okay.
only
Okay.
it's only you
Glad
can
we got
only hear
that
the
out of the way.
voice.
Now what? Can we please move the gun? Can we? Because I don't give a fuck.
Well, apparently she don't give a F-U-C-K. And she's
I wish she
reporting
could
that
see
with
her
daughter.
face while
Hmm?
she's saying that. Her face is horrible.
She looks strung out. She's using a lot of body movements. Her hands. I noticed that she was using her hands a lot when she was in a couple of these videos that she appeared to be strung out. I don't know who can after I read that letter, that woman went 12 to 14 days solid on us. And at her age, I don't know how she did it without a little bump or two here and there. I wish I could figure out how to show y'all this so you could get a visual, but the video is on Liza Tamari. Okay, another video.
Do you have your green screen on? If you turn off the green screen and flip the camera around, that should do it. Or flip the camera around first and then turn your green screen off.
Yeah, I'm
You
trying to
got the
flip the
picture up there,
camera, but
right?
it's not even letting me. It just says mirror your video. Nope. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, so this video right here is one of Tamari is her name, SP's daughters. SP Tamari. She does have a few aliases too, by the way. And
If you look up there in Mama Hooks, on Mama Hooks, she's showing you the kind of stickers you get with the sub only, which are making fun of the people, showing them how to eat corn the long way. You've got Brady and his mama in there. You have Jewel in there. And as you see, there's the corn eating the long way, making fun of him. There's the Barbie on the bed. That was some woman that she said was, I'm not even going to say it. It's just too raunchy to say it. But that's what that Barbie's for. It's for a woman doing something exclusive in
I don't know why I
bed.
feel like I have to make this video, but everybody's.
okay, so this one is her daughter, one of her daughters. Let me know if y'all can't hear it well.
And where's the Mama? Do you have the subscription page where she has it for $9.99?
Liza
Looking on it.
Tamari, I just followed you from my burner account.
Okay.
If you can accept it, please.
Okay. I'm trying to get on my laptop. I mean, my my actual computer on TikTok, and it won't pull my page up.
Yeah.
I
That's
can tell y'all told them you didn't want me. But I don't know. It keeps saying page not available.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start it. Here we go.
at TikTok. I don't know why I feel like I have to make this video, but everybody's on here liking my videos, commenting about true crap lovers or whatever, the new thing that my mother has created, and she offered $5,000 to $10,000. If you would have did your research, you would have seen where your money is very little. She sold 9 kids' lives, our brother and sisterhood that we are just now building in our 30s. Me and my sister tried to warn you, and you was able to fall under her evil control, her narcissistic ways, and you believed her, and you thought we was liars. Now we're telling the truth because she finally hurt you.
So she's saying that, there were some people that didn't believe them at first because SP sent her minions out, just like she does to everybody else, to do her dirty work for them. And then they got hurt. And now they're like, wow, she was telling the truth the whole time. We just didn't see it at that moment. Yeah, all 9 children. 9 children. She says she sees her kids every 2 weeks. I have spoken and interviewed some of her children. They may be speaking publicly again.
Okay, and I wanted to relay a comment. She's showing it where she's got her subscription set for $99.99. Okay, someone else called Samantha out for having her subscriptions out that high, and they were making a big deal out of it. And Samantha was doing the exact same thing that SP was doing. She said she put it in there as a joke because she didn't think no one would subscribe to her. But it's okay for her to do it. It's okay for SP to do that, but it's not okay for someone else to set their subscriptions that high. So that just proves that she's calling people out for something that she's doing as well. And she had her Cash App in her bio as well.
I have that too. I'll put it up there just a second. So this right here, just for a new subscriber is $269, but that's for the first month. After that, it goes up to $299. That's how many subscribers she had on the particular day that I just took this, which was about a week and a half ago. So times that, $299, that's how much she makes off this app, but she always says she doesn't get anything off the app. Bear with me. I'm trying to make sure I don't put anything up there that I don't want to put up there. There is that where she gets special features when people make comments, and there it is right there. Whoever was asking, the $89.99 on our beautiful Broken Warrior community. So if we're going to call one out, why aren't we calling this one out? I think people are too chicken to do so. I was there when the particular person that was being spoke upon on this, where she was having trouble with her TikTok. She did not mean to put that up there because it was attached. And I think it was because TikTok was putting people in there. It happened to me on one of my old accounts. So, and you couldn't get rid of it. So I have to back her up on that one. But that was not what happened here. A lot of people, she used to have subs on this. I don't know why she didn't. And she went over to her Road to Redemption, which is now Cherry Blossom Special.
Can you go back to those emojis?
Yes.
You see those drawings right there of Rose or of Brady and his mama?
Yes.
Those come from
see if I
a
can get it to-
page called Stateside Scammers that I ran with another creator on here. We're not actively running that anymore, but it was that content is hand drawn by somebody else, and she does it on her iPad. She draws all the scammers, and she literally took that off that page and is now using that as paid content.
Miss, I'm a nosy bitch. we're going to get to the accident in just a second, because that whole thing,
Yeah,
it's totally way out of line. Let me tell you.
it
You
got
won't
none
believe
of
it.
her content is hers. Yeah, it got. Do you know she actually reached out to my sister, asking my sister if she could make video cartoons for her exclusive content channel. My sister is not making cartoons for her.
Mama Hook, I think I got the screenshot somewhere of the Cash App in her bio, which she says she doesn't have it. She did have it in there before. And she tells people all the
Did you
time,
check?
it's fine, put your Cash App up in
Did
there.
you did you check
uh,
phone dump?
let me check. Let me check.
I think that's where you put it.
Ask real quick. Mama Hook and Bridge is country, Kuntry, and I can't see the rest of it. Let's see. Country, it just says BU. Let me go to her full page. All right, Liza Tamari, is that the lady that you were sharing with me that had some experiences with SP?
Laura,
Yeah. Is her username country with a K?
is it what?
Is it country, Kuntry?
I don't think so. Let me hold on. Let me look.
Okay, let me see if I can get my camera on so I can show y'all the Cash App that was in her bio.
Let me say real quick so I could jump back out real quick. Just so you guys know, none of the videos on her account is hers. She was promoting Beautifully Talented. She was promoting my stuff. She was promoting Jarvis Facts stuff. Everything that she ever streamed in her life belonged to another content creator. She still does that to this day.
That is her? Okay, because she was asking a box.
Yeah, let her up.
Here we go.
Yeah, he's 100% correct. None of her
There's her
videos
Cash
are
App in the
actual
bio.
videos.
Hey, I
Oh,
came
yeah,
in when y'all were talking
So-
about what she was saying about the MAP program, and I went to her desperate for help for my husband. And I went into her lives a couple times and was talking to her, and she was telling me about this program where you can do it all over the phone and blah blah blah. And I explained to her that part of the problem with my husband is he doesn't want to do the 3 or 4 days clean to where he's going to go into withdrawals, and that's the problem. And she flat out told me to tell him to lie. Tell him just as long as he's only 8-10 hours without and he's starting to feel any kind of withdrawals, he just needs to tell them that he's been without for 3 days and they'll give him the medication. Well, I'm kind of ignorant about the stuff. So then when I start Googling and looking into it, come to find out if he did that, it could possibly throw him into precipitated withdrawals
He'd get so sick.
Wow.
So
and
sick.
make it really bad.
Yep.
So she's playing doctor.
Right. I mean, she's like, yeah, I mean, you don't tell them that he's only been, a few hours, but as long as he's feeling some kind of withdrawals, it'll be fine.
Wow.
And I just, I thank goodness that I didn't go through with that and he didn't go through with that, because like I said, from what I've read, that could have been really bad. And I just wanted to put that out there that, she said that on a live with other, and other people are seeing that and hearing that if somebody else was to do that, it can be really bad.
Yeah, it's never good for someone who is not.
Right. But that's, I just wanted to put that in there because, like I said, when I found out that it could have been very dangerous for him, it did not, like I said, I did go ahead and and I did take it upon myself to, well, let me Google and see what could happen. And if I hadn't have, it could have been really bad.
Yeah.
But so thank you for letting me come up and say that. I just wanted to put that out there.
Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am. Y'all have a good night.
You too.
You too. Hey, just real quick while I got this up, you had talked about the property.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and do this without. Okay, so I'm trying not to give out any really pertinent information. Let's see if it'll work. So this is the total acreage that is on the property. It is not 1,000 acres as she has shown. I'm going to mark out that name. If everybody remembers, what was the name that the property was under that you said? The first
Me?
name?
Robert?
Yes. No, the property that
Kayla.
they're on right now.
Yeah, Kayla
Okay.
is Robert's daughter. Kayla's
see.
married, and she and her husband live in the house full time. SP and her
There's-
boyfriend live in the camper full time.
There it is. This is the
Yep.
deed. They were owners and heirs. They're heirs. Okay. I'm not going to show too much of this because I don't want to give out too much information for people to go look up. But that just gives you a little bit as to, yes, we do have the records.
Yeah.
And it
Notice
states right
how
here.
when he pulls up, she starts getting real nervous and she wants to put her earbuds on. Robert doesn't know all this shit that she's doing. And if he did know, he wouldn't put up with this shit. And the Wi-Fi, she don't even pay the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi is paid by Robert's daughter and Robert's son-in-law. Yeah, she always freaks out when he comes home. He doesn't share his money with her for a reason. He
So,
freaks out
Truth, I
because if
found
he
the
knew what was
video.
going on, he put it into the shit. She needs this money for a reason, y'all. Why do y'all think she wants this money? I'm kind of pulling
Truth,
the
I found that
SP
video
that's
of
what she
her
said.
daughter.
Hmm?
I found that video of her daughter. I want to play real quick.
Yes, please do.
Hold on 1 second.
I have not located anything, MJ. I've looked. I can't see anything Etsy. If she
Y'all
does
hear
have
it?
something, it's completely dormant.
You stood up in the courtroom.
Hold on. Here we
I
go.
don't understand how much more proof I need. I don't have a birth certificate. I got adoption papers. You stood up in the courtroom and told them you didn't want me. You don't want to tell your TikTok friends that part? Huh? You don't? It's been 20 fucking years. I don't understand.
Did y'all hear it?
That's the daughter. That's one of her daughters.
Right.
How much more proof I need.
And then there's this one.
Okay, since we are not your kids, me and Sandy, I've got a question for you. So, when did we not become your kids? Like, is it whenever you kick Sandy out at fucking 16? Or when I went up for adoption at 8? Oh, wait, you still won't. You want to know something, woman? I'm calling your mom today. I'm calling my grandma. And I am going to talk to her. And I'm going to question her. I'm going to be like, who's your daughter? And she's going to be like, Tamari. And then I'm going to be like, who am I to her? And she's like, you're her daughter. I'm going to be like, so who is Sandy? And she's like, oh, Tamari's daughter too. Oh, shit. Katie Conan is your mother. That is my grandma. Keep telling these fucking people. Keep telling them that we're not your kids. It's going to come out soon. I promise.
That is so sad.
It is. I spoke
I'm
with.
just going to be randomly throwing pictures up real quick and I'll just intervene real quick.
Yes, if
I'm
you
going to
could
be
show
showing
the
some words.
videos that I have so that, and it might be better. That way you can share them.
Yeah. I'm just going through my computer right now. And as I come along, this is where they followed Jen. You can watch while someone else speaks.
Yeah, if I have that in my phone, if I could get to it. So that's them following Jen because, she doesn't go real life, remember? And she and her mod are conversing about what Jen's doing. She discusses, well, she's out here walking her dog, but she's not wearing her oxygen. How's she out here walking without having her oxygen on? She's barefooted. She's sharing all the details with SP.
And CSP will say, I don't go real life. maybe you don't, but you have your mods and your followers do it for you.
That's the way she gets away with it.
Right.
The
Yeah.
way she gets away
She
with
lets
it.
them
She
do her
says,
dirty work.
I don't go real life, but she sends other people to do it for her.
Exactly.
And what she
Exactly.
does is she gathers information on her mods. Like I've looked at information on some of her mods, and there's a history there. I haven't looked at all of them, but the ones that I have looked at, there's a history there. There's fraud, theft. Um, they have a criminal history, and so she knows everything about them. And just as she did with the mole, trying to BLACK mail him by posting his photo. That's what she does. She threatens to do that.
Yeah, she had someone following Brady and his mother in Louisiana and Walmart taking pictures of them.
Do you have? Can you
Yeah,
show
she
the
po-
messages?
She sure did. She posted that picture the other, a while back when she thought the YouTube page that I made up was made by Brady and his mother, which wasn't. It was my YouTube page. She reposted that not too long ago, and I have it streamed on my YouTube page.
And I also have the video saved of her doxing them with their address on the screen. Telling everybody to call CPS and
I just want to say something real quick. So last night she was live with the Mexican homie, and they were talking about Debbie the pet lady, and she was saying how I forget exactly how she said it, but basically it was saying like Debbie the pet lady was calling CPS on people and doxing them pretty much, and she was saying, "Oh, that must make people so fearful to have to worry about that. That's so wrong." Blah blah blah. Like basically saying it's like totally wrong to be doing that. And there's plenty of videos out there of her telling people to call CPS on other people.
Yep. Showing their phone number, showing their address, everything.
It's so wrong. Like you don't. I understand if a child was actually being neglected or beaten, starved, all those situations, but out of hate and revenge and everything, like you want to call CPS, that is so wrong. And for somebody who never even had their kids and gave their kids up to want to call CPS to make a report, come on now.
Exactly.
Or to talk about anybody doing anything to their kids.
Right. And now she's saying that her daughter-in-law, which isn't her daughter-in-law, it's her boyfriend's daughter, she's stating that Kayla is now afraid to stay in her own home because someone has contacted her. The only concern that they have is what SP is doing. And they know that SP has done things to a lot of people. So they should be concerned because, there's a lot of things that she's done to people, and you never know what people are going to do on this app. I would be concerned too if I had someone living on my property doing the things that she's doing.
Mama Hook, do you have that video of where she was dry begging for the gifts on her YouTube?
From
I have it on my phone, but it's not loud enough.
okay, was it the one from when her accident happened?
Hi, thank you for
Yeah, where
hearing
she
me.
said she was going to pawn the rings. That shows that she has dry begged.
Okay,
well.
give me a second. Give me a second. I'm gonna bring some of this all up so that I can go from the very beginning.
Do y'all want me to play the video of her asking her mods during their private live why her test is always positive?
Yeah, you can go ahead and play that.
Okay.
Why all my drug tests come back that's got methamphetamines in it. It's always got a faint, faint, faint line. You can barely see it. And she always says, "Oh, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine." Do you think it's because of the monsters or the whatever it is? And so if I go today to get my medication, she's about to call it in.
And then it cut out. That was all. So basically, she said that it's always very, very fine line, and her doctor's okay with that, is what she said. It's either positive or it's negative. It's kind of like when you're pregnant, either you have the HCG hormone or you don't. It's going to pick it up or it's not. But she says it's always has a faint line.
Now, that whole video of all of that is on my YouTube channel.
Yes. Go to Rich Queen's YouTube. You want to share?
Yeah, it's
I'll go
it's
to
in
the
my
I'll go to the YouTube. Hang
it's
on.
in my bio. You can go to YouTube. Yeah.
Right. It's positive or it's negative. I mean, it's either in your system or it's not. It's not going to continue. It's not going to pick it up if it isn't there. Yeah, Monster energy drinks. Yeah, exactly. G-Unit. She tried to blame the Monster drinks on that. I have heard reports where people take the test and they actually dip it into the Monster drink itself. It could cause a false positive, but it doesn't work that way systemically when it's in your body. No, she's not
Which
married.
one
She
is it
has 3
on?
kids. Her children have tried to speak out
It's
about
on the
her.
Heifer Agency CEO.
Did y'all get that? Liz, no, she's not married. It's her boyfriend. They live together. It's not his property. He does not sleep in the main house. He sleeps in the camper with her every night. She gets really nervous every time he pulls up. Everybody can clearly see that during her lives. Like
She
she's
was
hiding.
married. She was
was-
married, but
Yes.
he died in 2019. Do you have that one?
What are you looking for? It's on there.
Are you wanting the rugs test?
Play the whole video of the hug test.
Yeah, Ernest passed away 4/17/23.
Do you have the one up that
in Lancaster.
shows her holding it?
Remember, we had to block that out because at the very beginning it shows her holding it.
He doesn't know all
And
this.
then we had to block out the rest of it because we had to block the rest of it out for privacy of other folks.
Because if Robert knew all the stuff that she was doing on this app, he would not tolerate it. That's
There
why
it
she
is.
hides
That's
it.
it.
All right, let me rewind it.
Yeah, she calls him hubby fishing. It's that her husband. The property belongs to her boyfriend's daughter. Her daughter and her daughter's husband live in the main house. Her boyfriend does not sleep in the main house. He sleeps. There's basically Robert and SP are shacked up in the camper on Robert's daughter's property.
Okay, I'm gonna play this real quick.
Fucking Benzo. Yo, the rest of them are turning like she don't mind that faint line. Like if it's got a faint line, it's fine. But y'all, fucking Benzos. That motherfucker hasn't moved. Oh my goodness.
I'm trying to get it to where it turns up a little bit more.
Drug screen for my doctor. It still hasn't turned yet, but it's one of them mouth swabs. Oh my God. You know how it is when you see a kid put their shirt in their mouth, that feeling? Like my mouth is just watering so bad right now. And my eye won't open. I just can't. Oh my God. Can somebody tell me why all my drug tests come back that's got methamphetamines in it? It's always got a faint line. You can barely see it. And she always says, oh, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Do you think it's because of the monsters or the whatever it is? And so if I go today to get my medication, she's about to call it in. What is BZO on a drug screen? Because all my other lines are fucking turning, but that one and the medication I'm on is not turning. And I don't take no fucking benzos. Like y'all, I literally don't do no drugs except I smoke a little weed and I do my buprenorphine. That's it.
Blonde girl, we'll get him.
What the fuck?
Be patient.
What the fuck? I'm about to fucking cry. That's the only test I had. That's the only test I had, and I got it to take for her last month. But if you remember, she was sick, and that whole debacle, I had to show proof my daughter was in the hospital and all that.
Okay, I'm going to stop it right there. Did you hear that part where her daughter was in the hospital, so she didn't have to take it the month before? This was done in January. Okay. I wish I had it all on one page, but I'm gonna let you finish listening to this and then we can get to the daughter's accident.
God just made a good point. Maybe replaced with Ben.
So, but I'm gonna let it sit here and continue to marinate, I guess. But that one for benzos has not even changed yet. Oh my Jesus! Hey, don't think I ain't above. Send another pictures.
Did you hear that? She ain't above sending other pictures.
Like she don't mind that faint line. Like if it's got a faint line, it's fine. But y'all, fucking benzos. That motherfucker hasn't moved.
Come
oh
on.
My goodness. What is that one down there? I don't even know what that one's. Oh, can y'all hear me? What the fuck? Y'all, I keep spitting in this motherfucker and it's not changing. That's okay. I got some old fucking pictures. I'm about to send them. This is what we're looking like at this fucking moment. And this ain't good. So you would have to have a special drug screen to pick up the gabapentin. Okay, so here's some of my here's my new ones now. These are the ones I sent. I fucking hope so. Like it's literally been a fucking hour. And this thing still hasn't changed to where I only have marijuana and buprenorphine in my system.
Okay. We have the full video entirely, but we can't share some of the photos of her doing it or the video because we have to protect the other people that are in that chat, including mods that we don't care for. So,
Mama, can you go out and then come back in, please? Because I'm getting a warning for you. Okay, she'll go out and come back in.
That's because of the hug test.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
It's
how
the
many
entire
people that are in the live,
and
like,
she claims, I'm sorry, go ahead, Truth.
I'm just curious how many people like knew any of this or thought of all this. Right, JC?
I've shown this before. I have shown that before, and like I said, I have it posted, and still there's people that are not going to believe.
Smash, if you missed it, you have it on your page, right?
Yeah, I have it on my YouTube page. It's, if you click on my bio, it's linked to in my bio, but it's Heifer Agency CEO. That is the YouTube page that has that drug test on it. And there's also, I think I posted it on Road to Redemption is a Liar. I kept it simple for people. So if you look up Road to Redemption is a Liar, I do try to stream her when I can. I'm eventually going to start putting commentary to those streams that I have of her, and pausing it and asking you, do you see the proof? Do you see the proof? Do you see the proof? And I'm not saying that she doesn't know her stuff or she's not showing, but it's what I'm trying to show is her character, the way she manipulates people into thinking one way that she thinks instead of actually showing the proof that she claims she has.
Is Mama Hook coming in on a different page?
She's down there at the bottom.
I'm here.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, my bad. There is the one of the YouTubes real quick. Let me touch base on something real quick. Let me find it real quick.
Yes, Cynthia, exactly. All it was
Yeah.
was a request for her to stop. I mean, you know, any reasonable person would have stopped talking publicly about the child.
And if you go to Road to Redemption, Mama Hook, I think I actually have the video of where she was, and said, we can't let that happen. I think that's on there. I'm not sure.
11:30, Samantha had a accident. She immediately, and as soon as I find the video, immediately went into another live asking for prayers, which is okay, but that would have been weeks on end. We went over this about her daughter, and she was claiming she had a brain bleed and this and the other, some broken legs, had to have pins. Now, what really caught me, and this is what made me start second guessing SP. As former EMS, in which a lot of you would know, if a person comes in as a trauma patient with a brain bleed and multiple injuries, broken legs, whatever, they're going to concentrate on what? Let me ask you guys, anybody in the chat with, you know, if you know any medical terms, are you going to concentrate on a brain bleed or are you going to concentrate on a broken leg?
The
Can
brain.
anybody answer that? Exactly. The brain bleed. She came on a day or two after the accident and said they weren't to get her daughter's legs operated on to put pins in them. And that's not how it works. You're going to concentrate on that brain bleed and the head trauma. She was not flown from that. Most of you probably don't remember this, or if you do, I mean, a lot of people are new. So she had claimed in the beginning that when her daughter's accident happened, that she was flown and lifeline from the scene and that somebody else was the driver and left her daughter there to pass away virtually, to speak how she says it, but that wasn't the case. Right here, you can clearly see that the collision sends one to Mission Hospital. Oops, let me go back. This was the actual news article. Oh man, I don't think this is the one that I wanted. But anyway, there's that. I thought this one was
Let me see if I
screen
can
recording.
find those screenshots and I'll show them.
I got the screenshot. I just need the screen recording of the actual thing. I'm going to go ahead and keep explaining. But in the report, we also have a police report. It states that Samantha was the only driver. And here is where she is ticked off. Oh, I found it.
I'm sending you love and prayers because I don't want nobody to ever have to go through losing a child. That is just
but it's seen on a level, unless you lived it, you'll never get it. And then she would come in and give updates, once or twice a day. Or Kiki would come in and give updates once or twice a day. And then everything stopped. Nothing. No, you know what? The family is out for us to please not talk about it on social media, so we're respecting the family. No, she just stopped talking about it altogether. That I've been able to find.
Now you tell me where it's one of y'all's motherfucking business what went on with my daughter. My daughter, not my goddaughter, my daughter.
Okay, I'm going to stop that right now and then I'm going to explain this. We did not insert ourselves into her daughter's accident. She brought it to not only the community, but she brought it to the entire world of TikTok, showing that photo in the background of her daughter that was actually sent to her via text. She claims that she went to see her daughter twice to see her daughter. First one being a few days after the accident. But there's never been a receipt for a hotel room. But during that time, she continuously claimed that someone else was the driver. They were actively seeking out the driver. She went on for this for a couple of weeks. I came across a post where the sister on another social media app had stated, and I'm going to take a screenshot of that and I'm going to crop her name out of it. And do the best I can to eliminate where it came from. That the accident wasn't as bad as SP had said, and that she would be home in a few days. So we went weeks believing her daughter was extremely in danger of passing away. But this is where it says right there, she failed to yield the right of way and collided with vehicle number 2.
Mama Hook.
That's the same screenshot. Yes.
I'm gonna hook you're cutting out.
Your Wi-Fi was bad just then.
Oh man. Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, speak up if it goes bad. I don't know why it's doing that. Is it still doing it? It might be because I was too.
Y'all be sure to take your screenshots.
Yeah, I think it's because you're getting too close to it or something, Mama Hook.
Okay, is that better? Nope, hang on a minute.
Like I said, I can show the screenshots. I think I have the screenshots of that traffic accident if you can't zoom in.
Nobody's violating HIPAA.
This is where
It doesn't apply
no,
to us.
there's no HIPAA. I'm not talking about nothing besides that. It does not pertain to people on the internet. HIPAA pertains to actual people that are
These are news articles. It's not medical records.
This is all public information.
and I'm not a doctor, so it doesn't pertain to me. Trying to find. But at any rate, give me just a second. I'll let someone else talk. I need to find do you have the video that we clipped of the dry begging?
Are you talking?
That's what I was looking for. I know we have it.
Okay, just give me just 1 second. Just
But
give me 1
it's
second.
not
Talk about
loud
something else, and I'll
enough.
be right
It's
back.
not- I have it, but it's not loud enough on my device to play it.
Go ahead and talk about something else.
And
I'm
Mama
going to
Hook,
scroll over just quick.
let's see here. I've got the articles up. Let me see if I can show it. I don't know if y'all can see it or not, but there's part of it. And we've posted this before and it got taken down. And it says right here where she failed to yield the right of way.
Oh, I'm gonna throw something up here before I forget about the 100K.
No, I
that she
printed
says her
out
husband made.
35 documents of that.
That receipt, 2017, and it's from the life insurance money that she got from her husband dying.
Boom, baby.
It's also the money that she bought her trailer with.
Thank you for liking the live.
I'm sorry, my voice is kind of going. I just want to thank everybody for just staying around and listening to what we had to
Yes,
say and to just take it in and just listen.
And she was still showing that same receipt of the 100 grand in 2003, saying that was her husband's bank account. The caddy's not hers.
Yeah, her husband does not have a 100K per year job. He helps on the property. He helps his son-in-law work on cars.
My whole thing is anti-scam is one thing. Like I agree with, raising awareness and bringing attention to people who are scamming on TikTok and lying to people and just using people to get their money and whatnot. But what she does to people like Mufasa, Brady and his family, Chris, and not only scammers, off people that actually used to be friends with her and now she has problems with. She bullies them. She goes hardcore. It's like literally insane. She like knowing that I had a learning disability and whatnot, she like made fun of me daily, made names about me, calling me G-string, saying she's surprised I know how to tie my shoes. She'd be like talking like how I talk and be like, oh, it's snowing outside. Do you guys see that? Like legit bullying the hell out of me. And yeah, calling me Velcro shoes, saying I wear Velcro shoes because I don't know how to tie my shoes.
Is that where she
Like,
came? What is that where she got that?
yes.
I remember her talking about that not too long
Mhm.
ago.
Yep.
Oh,
That's where she
Velcro.
got it.
She
Oh,
calls
yes.
me
She
Velcro
admitted
shoes, or she
that
calls me
received it in the
G-string.
mail.
Well,
So just
not
to
only
let
that,
y'all-
she's
just to
also
let y'all
called.
know real quick, if the live happens to end, I have bad weather right now, so I'm hoping we don't lose power.
Okay.
But I'm also going to post the screenshots that I have. I'm going to have to mark out parts of some words just so it isn't in violation of TikTok standards.
KT, you're not the only one that she's lied on. She's lied on me. She's lied on Mama Hook, Toughest. So yeah, I understand where you're coming from. She's lied on a lot of people.
Sunshine, we're talking about SP.
She literally doxed where I live, doxed my entire name to everybody. And you know what? I know exactly what her address is. I know exactly where her trailer is. And I'm not that kind of person that I wouldn't tell anybody her address, even though she did it to me.
Yeah. She does that to play the victim. She lies to everybody, and everything's always someone else's
Yes.
fault. Just like with
Yeah,
Chris,
so there-
everything's always the troll's fault.
Yeah, she, you saying she lied on
This is-
catfish. She even got Mexican homie to talk about catfish, which I don't know. I don't follow catfish. I'm not sure. But I know she called another person out just 2 nights ago and hurt their feelings
Yeah,
very badly.
Somebody
This
just
is the second half of the police report. Go ahead.
so somebody in the comments said she blocked me because I gifted Mufasa before I knew who he really was. You know what's funny about that is she did the same thing with me, as far as she gave me hell telling people I gifted Mufasa, I'm paying for his hotel room, all these lies after me and her had her blowout. She has proof that I cash apped him, all this, never showed the proof or anything. But you know what's funny? She actually did pay for Mufasa's hotel room, and there's proof, and she got called out on it and admitted it herself. So why would you pay somebody that you bully daily, you tear apart, but yet you paid for his hotel room? Come on now.
She sent Lisa and Jace money too. There's receipts of that out.
Oh, that was
And what
so
about
sad.
Gummy's generator or heater?
That too. Yeah, that was like $700.
Well, what she gets violated in every one of her pages, and then she uses her quote unquote her friends, that she calls them her friends. She goes into their pages and uses their pages to go live, putting her friends' pages at risk. Like who would want to put their friends in that position to potentially lose their page after she just got 3 violated?
Right. She
And
just
if
takes people's lives.
if you pay attention to her mods and people that associate with her and whatnot, nobody lasts longer than 6 months. The only one or 2 mods that I know that have been there for a while is KK and I don't even know if she's still a mod, Sarah.
Yes,
But-
she is.
Yeah, Sarah's still our mod.
All right.
And another thing I was wanted to point out about that is when she's using these other people's lives. Not other does she go and use their platform, but she makes all of her mods their mods.
Yep,
So
yep.
if she goes to someone else's live, mod all my mods, they got you. Mod them all, mod them all.
Yeah.
And so she pretty much takes over their platform. And this is my opinion. I think that's why she got mad at the person she called out last night, because she didn't want to do it, but yet she took advantage of that woman. And then she said, well, since I don't want to do it, then she called her out because she didn't agree with what she was doing.
It's
Yeah,
like she lived her whole life in dysfunction, from the time she was very, very, very young, basically a juvenile delinquent, and always getting into trouble, not having stability. And, she doesn't know any different because this is her life. So she just, I don't even know how to explain it.
Oh, I wanted to address something. I see something in the comments. His only one. You said that she said you were told that she blocked you because she was jealous of you. Yeah, she probably did. Honestly, there was times when I was going for ranks, and we've all know that I try to go for ranks to get my page out there to grow this page that I'm on now. And I'm a content creator. That's what you do. Like if you go on there and see my videos, I actually made the videos myself. I don't steal them from nobody. I make my own ideas up. I come up with my own things. I make these little funny little commercials. I do satire. I'm a content creator. That's what people tell me I am. I don't necessarily consider myself that way, but I am. So I went for ranks a couple times, and we had some people that gave me big gifts. I had gotten a Phoenix one time, and she got mad, and everybody was like, let's get her a Phoenix. We got to get her big gifts. So every time I was getting big gifts, they would turn around and try to make sure she had one. So yeah, she does get jealous when people get big. And the same thing's going to happen to Mexican Homie. He's getting bigger than her. And when he gets tired of her, she's going to fall. She's going to turn on him as soon as she can. And she's going to be mad.
Do y'all remember when she started talking about Chris taking the kids to 3 hours away to Harley Man's house and all of that? You know, it was 3 hours away, 3 hours away, 3 hours away.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, well, eventually, I'm like, well, you know, I keep hearing her say all this stuff about Harley Man. I want to look into him a little bit. And so I went into her live and I asked if they knew his date of birth. Because, I mean, I could find him in my system, but if I put his name up in my system, I'm going to get every person on the planet who has that name. So I needed, you know, a date of birth. If they had it, it would help me because I have to pay for each one of these reports that I do. So I asked if they would mind sharing the date of birth. And so KK, I think it was KK that messaged me with the date of birth. And I said, thank you. So I immediately went in and I located the exact person. And I confirmed that it was him that I was looking at in my system. And then in return for them sharing the date of birth, I messaged them back and told them what his charges were. Well, the very next day she goes live and she's like, I stayed up all night last night because I was just determined to find out what he's done. And she started talking about all this shit that I had shared. You shared my information, you know, but took the credit for it.
That's what she does.
She was on live, not just the other day, talking about she was so mad because people weren't sharing the credit for some other person. I can't remember what it was now, but she was like, share the credit. We worked so hard on, she worked so hard on this. Share the credit, but she don't share the credit when someone else does the work for her.
Right. Yeah, I told her, I'm like, he doesn't live 3 hours away. He only lived like 40 something miles away. It wasn't far. But you know, Nikki I know exactly why Chris, it's basically typical addict behavior. Did Chris put his children potentially at risk by taking them to someone's home that he didn't know who had that history? Yes, he did. That's what addicts will do. Chris went there to get his hugs. He purchased them from Harley Man. That's why he went there. That's where he goes and he purchases a lot of his hugs.
Sorry. I just want to say something too, because my friend Jen, she used to be one of SP's mods as well, and she can't get in the box right now. But SP, her house burnt down. She lost her house. 2 of her pets, 2 of her dogs passed away in the fire. She lost everything. And because Jen was actively like calling out SP when this happened, SP went live, and first she was like, oh, I feel so bad for her, like did this whole pretend crying thing and everything. Literally made it a huge scene that she was so upset because this happened to her and everything. And then the very next day, she started talking crap about her and saying that it was karma. The reason why her house burnt down and she lost her pets and her son almost didn't make it out of the fire. The reason why this all happened was because it was karma, because she was talking bad about SP. Like, who says that?
Right.
Like,
Only
who
somebody who
calls
has
somebody
a-
losing their entire life, losing their animals, karma? If that happened to her, as much as I hate her, and I hate her, and I don't say I hate many people, but as much as I hate her, if that happened to her and she lost poor little Lulu, I'd feel horrible.
Yeah.
You know, I'd feel horrible that she lost her dog, her best friend, and she lost her place to live. I wouldn't call it karma.
Right.
It's just sick.
Okay, I found the video, Dry Begging. Let me turn this up.
Very disturbing.
So this, oops. So this was on December the 27th. Or no, I don't know when this one was. Was this the dry bagging one, or is this the one where she said she had to go? This might be the one where she said she had to DoorDash her daughter some meals.
No, I think that might be the try begging.
Yeah, please like
Let
a
me look.
live.
Don't tap on that screen, y'all.
That work. Hey, look,
Nice,
Chris,
Just say that. Nice, your name.
like I said, I've moved all kinds of stuff around today, robbing Peter to pay Paul in a few weeks, and in the morning I'm gonna go by the pawn shop. And
That's what it was. I'm like, what the hell, really?
get rid of a few things that
Snuffy down.
What did they do?
um
Oh, I see it.
They had to write all the names down of all the people that threw, and I go through
and
tag
hopefully it'll all
everybody.
work out. It'll all work out.
There was one person I could not find for some reason.
Where'd it go? Was it the one?
See, that isn't.
And then we have the pictures of them sending it in the mod chat.
Did it say but did this one say the rings?
I heard her say the
Welcome on
rings.
in,
She
y'all.
had
Don't
fun.
tap on that screen, y'all.
That work. Hey, look,
Nice, your
Chris,
name. Just say that. Nice, your name.
like I said, I've moved all kinds of stuff around today, robbing Peter to pay Paul in a few weeks, and in the morning I'm gonna go by the pawn shop and
That's what it was. I'm like, what the hell, really?
get rid of a few things that
Snuffy down.
What did they do?
um
Oh, I see it.
They had to write all the names down of all the people that threw, and I go through
and
tag
hopefully it'll all
everybody.
work out. It'll all work out.
No one didn't say it.
That is exactly.
And if you remember, I'm sorry, Chris.
I don't do
Trichella.
none of that.
That's exactly a tactic that a dry beggar will use. The scammer will use that tactic. They're planting that little seed of, oh, I have to get rid of my wedding rings. I'm gonna pawn them, because I need the money. Who goes on live and talks about the money that they don't have?
That's what she accuses Chris of doing.
That's exactly what Chris does.
Good.
He talks
Yeah, with
about
the
how much
wood.
money he doesn't have.
Throw up in your green screen the photos if you have them handy.
Me,
Anyone of the rings, were they the chat, the Discord chat?
oh yeah,
That's what I'm
Or
trying
can
to
you?
find. Give me
she
just a
doesn't have
second.
wedding rings, y'all, because she is not married.
Okay, wait a minute. I think I found one. I gotta figure out.
And if you remember, she never went back and even thanked the community for even sending her that thing. Because I quote,
Yes, Margie,
they
word.
said she's probably not gonna do that because you know what people will think if she says anything about it on live.
Thank you, KT.
Okay, there's one. Imagine that. That's in Discord.
Oh yeah, her Discord.
The
she
same
has
thing that
Discord.
the same thing that she was planning that Nikki had.
And
Here we
money
go.
was being exchanged through her Discord. Now take your screenshots. Hold it back
Yeah,
just a little bit.
you have to back it up some, Mama Hook.
Back it up, Mama Hook. I don't think she can hear us. Her reception seems to be shoddy.
I can show it on mine. Let me
There
see.
you
I
go.
got the whole thing. You can probably switch his boxes.
Is that better?
Oh, she got it?
That's
Yeah.
She's, she was saying like that she's gonna start getting TikTok gifts like this.
Hey, Truth Teller.
Yeah.
I just wanted to jump in here for a second. As you know, I've backed away from all this, but somebody just brought up the Discord.
Yeah.
So
Dawn is very familiar with the Discord.
I want to say something about the Discord. First off, Nikki was getting blamed for having her Cash App in the Discord or her PayPal or whatever it is. And I want to tell everybody the story behind that. Nikki had been having conversations with me because Layla's iPad was connected to Chris's account. And he had locked Layla out of her iPad. And she couldn't get into it without contacting Chris. And she didn't want to do that. So me, told Nikki, well, you know what? I bet we could get some people to get $90 to $100 together, and we could get Layla a new iPad. Nikki's exact words to me were, I don't want to do that. I don't want to take money from people. And I said, this is not you taking money from people. This is us trying to help your daughter. Let us do this for you. That is the only reason Nikki's PayPal went into the Discord. And then it got brought up about Mackenzie's Cash App being in the Discord.
Elementic Road just confirmed. Yep, that's how it went. I was there.
Mackenzie spent 6 hours making a tumbler, putting every bead on a single tumbler by hand. She was so proud of that. And so many people complimented her on how beautiful that was when she was working on it on her TikTok lives. And she asked if people would be interested in a waffle or a raffle for it.
Background noise on it. If you could, I don't know which one it is.
That was me. I'm sorry. I'm I'm sorry.
She asked if people would be interested in a raffle or a waffle for this tumbler. And there were multiple of us that were interested because we all love the tumbler. That is the only reason that Mackenzie's Cash App went into the Discord. So this whole story about Mackenzie and Nikki working together and some big scam and my picture getting put up on Homie's Lives that I was supporting scammers is the furthest thing from the truth. I encouraged both these girls, Nikki, so we could get her daughter a new iPad so she did not have to contact Chris, and Mackenzie because people were interested in that tumbler. That is the only reason their Cash Apps or PayPals ever went in to Discord, ever.
Yeah, and it was pinned in there. It wasn't like posted to stay there forever. Because apparently when you pin something in Discord, it just stays there, right? Or I don't know. I don't know that much.
I don't know. I just thought it was very, very sad that all these lies have been made up about that's all Discord was a money grab. I'm going to tell you what, I have met some of the most nicest people in Discord. They get up every morning. They say good morning to people. They say good night to people. I have had a horrible Mother's Day. This is the third year I've lost my mother has been gone on Mother's Day. And I have had more people from that Discord reach out to me and check on me today. Okay. So for them to trash the Discord and make it like it was some money grab makes me ill.
And that's what the Discord was for, was just basically a support group. A support group.
To Daryl, it was not $20 a ticket for a total of $400. Mackenzie got $100 for a mug that she spent 6 hours on. 6 hours.
And SP always praised her mugs. But then after the letter was read and she made all of these lies up, suddenly she's trashing her mugs. She's like, and her mugs are ugly.
Yep. And as you can see, SP done the same thing. SP had her mods, and she's going to claim that she didn't know about it. I have a screenshot that shows that they talked about it in her mod chat.
can anybody that's okay, we have 300 over 360 people in here. If anybody if Nikki has reached out to anybody for money, can you confirm that that's happened in that Discord? And if anybody has asked Nikki or offered money to Nikki and Nikki has refused, please let us know.
I've offered Nikki money and she's refused.
And I know someone else that offered her money and she refused. I know someone else that put a big box together with items for her and the children and clothing, and she refused. I've not seen her asking for anything. As a matter of fact, she doesn't want anything. She lived that life for so long, and I see her truly trying to do better. Catherine said, I offered, and she said, no, thank you. I got this, said, never asked. She always said that she never wanted anything. Anyone else?
I talk to Nikki on a daily basis. I've gotten pictures of the kids. I've gotten pictures of her. She has never asked me for
I
anything.
asked if they needed anything, if I could help in any way, and Nikki said no.
Do I approve of what Chris is doing? No. Do I approve of what scammers do? No. But to have my picture posted that I support scammers, all because I was trying to help get a little girl an iPad so she didn't contact a man that was trying to manipulate her. And because I thought it was a good idea that Mackenzie have a waffle, raffle, whatever you want to call it, for people that were interested in getting a mug.
Is somebody snoring?
That's my dog. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
She's a pug. They do that. It's funny.
I don't know who you are.
No, she's a pug. They do that. So I wanted to clear that up. I've stayed as far away from some of this as I can because of the drama and my picture getting blasted and, but I wanted to clear that up because there are a lot of people that were falling for that. Oh, the Discord's just a money grab. And it was not.
This Ani says, I asked if she had Cash App and she said she wasn't taking anything. Fishy 101 says that was wrong of her to do that to you, Dawn. And exactly, read what Country Bumpkin just said, y'all. That essay talk was bringing in the views and the money. That's why she got upset when she was asked to stop. She flipped immediately. Every other live I've ever had, they're blowing my chat up, spamming my chat. She wants a box. I read the letter. Did she ask for a box? Nope. I invited her in multiple times. She was welcome to come in. I mean, the letter was written and directed towards her. I offered her to come in. Nope. Wanted nothing to do with the box. But the woman went 12 to 14 days straight on this, trying to tear everybody apart. Completely dismantle. Nikki,
Chris Stritchother, do we know who this Topwater is? He's wanting a box, or they're wanting a box.
Topwater, can you tell me who you are? Because I don't know who you are. The snoring is Dawn's dog, y'all.
I'm sorry. It's my pug.
It's cute. He can't help it.
Yeah, you tried sleeping with it all night.
And I wanted to touch on something, Truth. She was talking about the essay. She said she's never said.
Is good. Beauty. Does anybody know Beauty Junkie? Fishy 101 says, last time I let somebody in that they said was good, I had to just let her get it all out. She wasn't very kind. Okay, can you request the box, please, and I'll let you come on in. I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
It's okay. It's okay. I was going to say, if she says that she's never implied the essay, we do have a video just the other day where she said that there was there. We have it.
Oh yeah, she's absolutely without, yeah, 100% stating that it did happen.
She was
And
on
yes,
just the other day saying the same thing over and over and over.
over and over. And many people were concerned, but those conversations were held in private. Like my conversation that I had with Donna, who released it to the Antichrist, basically, in my opinion. That information was to remain private. Only three people. There were only three people that I was communicating that information with. And I was so concerned that I went to my firm and asked if I could open up an official investigation. And that's what I did. And I was investigating it. But I did it the right way. I didn't go on live and talk about it. I mean, what would that do? It wouldn't help anything. If that were happening, that's not going to help the child. That would only harm her. That would only harm her. That information is going to be out there forever. Those accusations are going to be out there forever. I went to the proper authorities, the people who could actually help. And they did their investigation. Top water's coming in.
Hey, what's happening?
Hi there.
Yeah, I'm listening to what's going on, and I've been following for a long time with the scammers, and I don't support Chris and what he's doing in any regard at all, and I support what you're doing and what SP is doing and Homie and calling him out because he is the root cause of all this problem. You know that, right?
Yes.
And it's unfortunate that Mackenzie and Nikki have been brought into this because I think they're the innocent victims. And there's a lot of other innocent victims too. But we're losing touch right now. In this whole conversation that I've been listening to your Discord here for the last hour, that it's gotten away from who the cause of this is. And I don't know why we're getting away from that because the root cause is Chris. And it really irritates me that people are not getting back to the fact that he is the guy that has caused all this.
Hey,
her.
Topwater, with all due respect, hang on just a second and hear me out. It's not, and a lot of people here aren't supporting Chris, and it's not getting off topic. The biggest thing is we're talking about mostly SP and what she has backtracked on what she says that she does not support and calling them out and being absolutely horrible to these people because they don't want this. They're done. They want this gone. Whatever Chris does. But because it's no longer a story for her to get new information, she's turning on them and making them look like scammers themselves. And this is a pattern. This is a pattern.
Profiting off of this.
Do you mean on the drama that people are creating, which is what we're
Nobody's
discussing?
creating it. She's created. If you watched one of the last few lives that she has done, she's done nothing but bash Mackenzie, bash Nikki,
but Nikki
and included
Mackenzie, like I just told you, are the two innocent victims.
I know, but you're saying, that we're losing. With all due respect, you're saying we're losing sight. We're not losing sight. But the fact remains is someone else is putting the narrative in that we should lose sight of Chris and go after Nikki and Mackenzie.
Right. We're clearing up the muddy water.
This is a pattern. This is a pattern. We've all been, the people up here that are speaking have been through the mud with her. This is a common pattern. I urge you to please do your research and find out why the things are backtracking off of Chris. It's because everything's being focused on Nikki and Mackenzie now. She's thrown them in the mud. And that's not fair to them. And I'm glad that you see that, where they were bashing Nikki and bashing Mackenzie. And we had to put a
went down before. This is before everything went down with Nikki. I felt horrible for her. I did offer her help at one time. And I've been burned before on TikTok giving people money, but I did because of her situation. And I saw how much I wanted her away from him. I did offer something. And that was before all this other drama came up. So in that regard, I don't feel bad that I did offer it because it was immediately denied. She said not accepting help. And I think I was going to give her $100. I mean, it wasn't going to be like, I wasn't going to buy him a camper, you know? I mean, it was going to be.
And that's a good thing for you to do.
Just
It really
something
is.
to get down the road. But this was before all of the chaos. So, in respect to my, I guess, kindness, at that time, I did have $100 that I was willing to share for her to get away from him because I knew how bad it was. And I'm glad she did it. And I feel so bad too, because I actually followed Mackenzie and subscribed to her channel. And I like Mackenzie and I like a lot of it, but I think that this has become TikTok drama at this point.
And that's why we're here tonight. We're here to clear it up.
Right. It's not fair to Nikki
You're
and
here to
them.
clear it up in your regard, but I must say.
Let me say this, Top
I
It's
must
not
say
fair
that
for.
I disagree with you on almost everything you said.
We need to
So-
focus back on Chris, but this muddy water has got to be cleared up. Otherwise, it's going to continue.
She put the one you're trying to. I know what you're saying. That she called Chris out for supporting scammers. She's called me out for supporting scammers, which I don't. She's called other people out for supporting scammers. We're showing a pattern of how she calls people out falsely as well. You got to
And
realize
it's
people
because
are
they wanna
victims,
leave.
and we have to clear it up because if we don't show what she says about people from the past, then people that are new, they're just going to believe everything she says, and their credibility goes down.
Who's she? Is this now a thing against SP? Is that what
No,
it is?
it's SP. It's SP.
It is
She called them
SP.
out.
Oh, okay. Well,
She called them out wrongly. She called me out wrongly. And
that's
she's
why-
Yeah, this is-
ruining people's credibility. So what gives her the right to go around and telling everybody that just because we don't stand with her, we're automatically scammers?
At one time, she said her sole priority was to get Nikki and the kids away from Chris, and that was it. It hasn't stopped.
No, that's absolutely right. And she's stuck by that, and that happened finally, thank God, right? For Nikki's sake and the kids' sake.
Right, but now she's turned on them because they don't want any more drama going on. They want to be left out of it. They want to be done. They want to be able to go live their lives. But they can't if you got people calling them out.
No. You're wrong. You're wrong 100%, Mama. Look, let them get all social media. And if they don't want to be involved in this, they don't have to because.
But they're
social
not.
media-
Have you
They're
seen
not.
Nikki come live? Nikki asked them to quit and let them go, but she won't do it. That's when she turned and said they used this as a money
It's like
grab.
an addiction. It's an addiction when you get off of social media. If Nikki gets off social media, if Chris were to get off of social media, this problem would not exist. So because they want
But nobody can control what Chris does. Nikki can't control what Chris does now. But SP's narrative is to say that Kinsey and them have used her community and TikTok as a money grab. She's been doing it for 3 days now. now.
I mean, it's, I
Go
I
watch the
found
YouTube. We have it.
a little bit of Mackenzie. I know what she does. She makes ornamental things. And ultimately, I had to unfollow or unsubscribe to her. I mean, I subscribed to her and all this situation, but she would.
Let me tell you, if you would stay her friend, if you would have stayed her friend and on her
For 1 second.
May I ask you
Mackenzie
to share with
would
us
be more
what
than
your
glad.
perception is of
I
this whole
would bet
ordeal?
my bottom dollar that Mackenzie would be more than glad to say, don't ever talk about me in the regard of Chris at all ever again in what I do on my social media. And I think Mackenzie does her social media because she has her crafts and all that. She doesn't want to be involved in this. That's what I personally feel. I don't know her.
She asked SP to stop.
Tell the
No,
SP.
you're wrong.
And that's when SP started her stuff about everybody.
It happened in a live right here. It happened in this live. It happened in this live.
I don't, but I don't like the fact that now we have anti-scammers going against anti-scammers.
No, they
and-
aren't. SP is not an anti.
SP is not an anti-scammer. She's told y'all that time and time again. She's anti-bull, SHIT.
She is not an anti-scammer.
May I say something? I love
She
you
is a
guys.
scammer covering scammers.
Hey, let's give KT a second.
As a disguise, it is a
G
disguise.
Unit, you're not even in the conversation right now because I know you
KT, please,
have a personal-
can we please
you
like
told me
drop?
that you
All right,
had a
I'm just gonna
personal-
start talking and I'm just gonna keep talking. So I know G knows me. I don't know if you other guys really know who I am, but I am Truth to Light.
For 100.
Like, you may know me
Oh,
as
man.
Truth to Light from way back when. So I hope he's still listening at least. But like I think he's very new to this and he's not seeing or knowing that like the SP thing,
Yes.
like yes, it's involving Chris right now, but like I don't even know about the whole Chris. Like I was Jess and Trey times prior to Mufasa, prior to Chris. You know what I mean? So I really can't. Anyway, I'll try to be nice. This is years and years with her. Like clearly I think he's just starting to watch and like he's in the whole Campfire Chris saga and everything, and obviously feels for those that are suffering in that situation. But like SP, and she has a cycle and she has a pattern, guys. Like she will always have groups of mods and then she keeps them separate. She keeps little groups of
Okay.
mods.
Let me if he's still in here, I'm gonna Toughest, if you need to leave for like 3 minutes or just put your earbuds down, please do. Let's talk about our friend Toughest. She is currently in the hospital right now with a condition that she's been suffering from for a very long time. She was also a mod of SPs. I'll give you a second, Toughest. She has talked absolutely terrible about a sick woman who's lost use of her legs, who is a nurse, who can no longer walk. Do you all want to hear that video?
Let them hear it.
I have it up
Play
there.
it, Mama Hook. Play it, Mama Hook. Toughest, if you're in here,
This-
go
this-
out and
yeah,
come
you
back
need-
in about 3 minutes.
Yeah, tell her you'll
It's-
text her
y'all
and let
trigger
her know
warning.
what
It
it
is tough. It's tough for me to hear, but I'm going to stay here just for tough.
Could you give a trigger warning? Give a trigger warning
Yes,
first.
it is a trigger.
can be
It
trigger
is a trigger wording.
What like
But
what?
this is
of
her
what?
talking-
Who should step away?
It's not. It's more triggering for her.
it's triggering for me because I love Toughest.
Give me just a second, please.
So, but I'm going to stand here and I'm going to make sure that she has a voice.
Do you understand? We do this. We have been beside Toughest for the longest time, and I'm trying to get my thing up here. Let me see if I can get it on the other phone.
Toughest says she's going to turn it down, wave when it's done.
Okay, we will. We'll do that. Because after what was said, it threw her into a deep depression because she can't do the things that she wants to do. Did that video get violated? No. Here it is, I think.
And Jessica, you subscribe to my bullshit.
Nope, that one ain't it. And let me remind you
That gives us
that this was.
I don't go real life unless
Now, where's it at?
That
hang
was
on
a
just a
lie
second.
right there. I don't
Let
know
me see
real
if I
life.
got
Yes,
it.
you do. Yes.
And on my page, I think.
This is a woman that I'm so mad right now.
I'm taking a breath. Don't worry about me, Butterfly Renegades. But thank you.
Oh, here it is. I got it right here. So just listen. Just listen.
hell no. Hell no. They left with green. And then the troll account started. And then this shit, they're in everybody's fucking live stream running that fucking mouth. Fucking Texas. Hold on, not Texas. Toughest. Toughest could barely make it when she was my fucking mom. Could barely make it into the fucking live streams because, oh, she's this, she's that, she's sick, she's dying, she blah, blah, blah. Do y'all know? If we're going to tell it, let's tell it all, right? If we're going to fucking tell it, let's tell it all. Do you know Toughest Flower was a mod in her live stream under a different name? Do you know that when the live stream was held, saying that they didn't give a damn, that they hoped that Jen would unalive herself?
And that was a false statement.
That Toughest Flower was part of that. Right in there the fuck with them. But yet she cares about Jen so fucking much. Y'all motherfuckers just want a fucking attention. Just want attention.
Everything she says
many,
is an admission.
Jesus. Do
She
you know
just
how many
wants
people
attention.
come to me and said, you know, I feel awkward sharing anything about me in the chat when you're live because it seems like Toughest always has the same damn thing.
But she never shows
Oh,
up.
I had a heart attack. Oh, I had 4 heart attacks back in blah, 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 blah. Oh, I had a stroke. Oh, yeah, I had a stroke. Oh, my uncle did. Oh, yeah, I did. And who needs a pair of damn dancing boots if you're fucking trying to raise money for a wheelchair but live in a fucking mansion? Shut the fuck up already.
That is how she talked
This
about
is-
our friend.
Yeah, that's exactly
she
the
is-
type of way she's talked about
Jeffrey,
every
thanks for
single
tonight.
person that has walked away from her because they've seen her true colors.
Yeah.
And I want to
Everyone.
give you guys an update.
Everyone.
Everybody that knows, she's still in the hospital from her operation on Thursday, and she's now having issues with her leg.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to monitor her feet. They're turning black, and that's not a good sign for her. So I just want you all to remember when you see her in there in any room, don't just say a prayer, protect her from the bullies.
It's her profit scam opera. Her pocket.
Okay, you can wave now because I can't talk about it
It's
anymore.
okay,
Oh, yeah.
Jeffrey, you've missed a lot, but we're still talking. Do y'all know that
Tag her.
there's a video? If y'all go to Lies of Tamari on YouTube and go to Crafting Through her lies on YouTube, there's a video on there with a live similar to this, and a lady named Slots, another creator on here, she shared asking her if, so basically SP was sending Slots money from one app and then asking Slots to immediately send it right back to SP on a different app. And that happened several times, and Slots stopped doing it because she realized that that was something suspicious was going on. Why would you need to send someone
Yes.
money on one of your apps and then say, "Hey, but send it back to my other financial institution app," because she wants to make it look like money's going out, but really it is going out, but it's coming right back to her. Does that make sense? So
So I
every
also
Let me
have
finish up the accident
to
real
make it
quick
look like
so
it's
everybody
going
knows.
out.
series. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I will explain it in detail because I can't find everything right now. I thought I'd be able to have it all up. I will throw up a video. It will probably end up on YouTube because this account will probably go down because they're going to mass report me for everything that I've been doing, which will tell you that we are telling you the truth. So the accident happened on November 30th. She got on YouTube or got on to one of the platforms, pray for my daughter, blah, 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 blah. Tried to claim for weeks that her daughter was being left there to be unalived. They're still looking for the driver, blah, blah, blah. She raised money in the Discord. She raised money online with the gifts, like lots of money. She had a wish list up for her grandkids. She also claimed that her daughter was worse off than she was. Don't get me wrong. The accident was bad. On December
Don't mean to
27th.
interrupt, but a quick interjection. That's what she does. Is she takes a situation and she capitalizes on it.
And
So
yeah, and
that's what she does.
here's the kicker. On December 27th, and I have the video and a newspaper article. On December 27th, she claimed that her daughter was in a rehab center to help her gain strength and all this stuff because she just woke up, blah, blah, blah. And so she was going to DoorDash her some food. I didn't know that you could DoorDash the jail after being arrested for possession. That is where her daughter really was. December 27th. She was arrested for paraphernalia, and not the daughters that you see speaking. This is the third child that she had. She's definitely been a addict, and she's also been in a DV situation. And I'm not going to show those court records, but I have looked them up, and she was in a DV situation. He's not a very nice man. When I put up the what her other sister had said about her not being in the condition that her mother said she was, she also claimed in there that the family should have been more concerned while her sister was being abused by her husband. So just bear with me. We'll get it up there and be on the lookout for it. And that's all I'm going to say about the accident. We can move on.
Anything else, we'll put it on the YouTube if we can't put it on TikTok.
I know this is a lot for everybody to take in. This has taken months and we're still not done. I am finding more and more videos that we have yet to see. I found 2 more places today on videos I have never seen before. And I've done heavy research all over the YouTube, all over the internet. What I haven't found, other people have found and led me
Oh, she won't
there.
tweet.
So
I
that
reminded her the
that
last time
comment, yeah,
I read Nikki's letter. She didn't come
confronting
out.
people. She wouldn't show up. She will then host a live and talk about everybody, but she will
She won't.
never show up.
Queen of everything. We
She
tried
will,
that.
after we get done with this live, she'll go live tomorrow and she'll be boohoo crying about all of it later.
She'll never
But
show
really,
up.
but think about this. We've been showing proof. You can go watch the videos yourself. We're giving you all the tools to find this information out. We're leading the horse to the water. Like, we're giving you everything.
The
We're
problem
telling
is
you where to
most
go.
people don't speak out because what she does is she tries to, here's our spelling bee again, BLACK, mail them. Because she has personal information on people and she posts it on TikTok, just like she did to our mole.
When I was
Okay,
when I
I'm
was
on-
in her mod
I'm on
chat, they
YouTube.
were focused on getting my address. They wanted my address so bad when I was in her mod chat. Let us send you something.
Y'all, the rest
Let
of
us
them are
send
turning
you.
like she don't mind that faint line, like if it's got a faint.
Let us send you something, and I would never give them my address, which I live in Mexico. I really don't have an address.
Yep.
But
Just like
she
Gail.
would continuously ask me, where can we send you, where we want to send you stuff. No, I would not give it to them. They were trying to find information on me.
I
Yeah,
honestly
because
think
Gail
that's the
reaching
only
out.
reason
Good
she
morning,
has like
gorgeous.
her
Give me
Etsy.
your address so I can send out my Christmas cards.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. I think that's the only reason she like has her Etsy or quote unquote, which I think she had one in the past, but doesn't currently. But I think that's the only reason she does her little like crafts to be able to like get people's addresses.
Oh, yeah.
And
I'm a professional with this, just like Chris.
Let me show you guys something real quick, okay? This is my search bar, right? Unfortunately, I've just told who I was. Okay, so let's type it in. We all know her name because she tells us all. Okay, so I'm going to type in there, right there. Sorry, I'm a little slow. Okay, search. And look what comes up. That's Tamari's daughter. You've also got Debunked, Crafting Through the Lies. Look at that, 1 year ago. This is a great tool right here to find out a lot of information without getting too personal. These are people that will speak up, have spoke up. They've made videos. I believe G Unit's also on this. This is, you just typed in her name. Look at this. This is, well, that's not her. I can't do that.
I would
That's
also agree
misinformation.
that she's worse than Chris. Again, I've only vaguely looked at his profile and lives, but like he doesn't, to my knowledge, bring other people
Exactly.
into
She
his
goes after people.
scamming, like other than maybe his direct family that were involved at times. Like she just like brings other people in. And so
Sizzler's Lair.
I don't think I can stay here for that long. My phone's like kind of dying, but I do want to say my little like I've got a bunch of different stories with her, with what I've experienced. But one of the main things that was the big red flag for me with my little when I was a mod of hers and my little mod group was with Trey and Jess. And so if anyone's familiar with Trey and Jess, they
Yeah.
had a lot of people that would throw up their cash apps and stuff in their chat to get like, it was their whole kind of thing to like help people, quote unquote. So people would like throw up their cash app in their chat. And then people started doing that in SPs. And we were like, as her mods, trying to get a handle on like, oh, you know, we're trying to help people, but we're trying to like vet the people a little bit because some people are scammers. And anyway, so like we had this, it was my idea to make a Google form, baseline information, like your account name, and like we just need to know like the state you're in to give you resources. Like I don't want your address. I do not want your address. I do not want your phone number. I do not want any particular information. We were just trying to gather baseline information to get resources. Like what do you need? Like gift wish list. It was prior to Christmas, you know, whatever. As soon as we made that form, we were all excited. We started getting people responding to it, like, "Oh my God, we're gonna help people. This is great." Da, 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 da. She never like responded to us about it ever after. Like we were getting all these responses, and she didn't even like respond to us about the responses. Like it was like dead air about her community that we were supposed to be helping. It was like dead air. And then immediately after that, shit went sour, and I left her because she's racist, and that's my whole other side. Like, you know, and then she just started trying to spin things and say that like we were trying to get people's personal information, and we were the bad guys. And like she found some video of a girl that vaguely looked like me that made some like rude video about DV and tried to say it was me. And I'm like, what? Like she just immediately starts spinning lies about anybody that walks away from her and sees her true self. Immediately.
Yep, you hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, and so Rammer Jammer, that's why she uses Facebook Messenger mostly in the past because of her name on there. Also, I have all of our Facebook Messenger group chats and stuff, and like again, like I could go I could talk for days about this shit. I went and looked back at the Facebook, and she's so fucking calculated. She's been doing this for years, guys.
Yep.
This is her job. She barely actually talks and texts because she knows you can take screenshots. She will do calls and voice things and call you and stuff because she knows that it's harder for you to capture that.
So how does it, I mean, how do you, she's the else? You're supporting Chris. How do you think SP's getting supported?
No, she makes so much money off this app. It's ridiculous, and it's not even like honest way. I could see if she was making